Good morning, or good afternoon, or good night, wherever you are, whichever country you're from. Today is going to be a very exciting show because we have two. Well, I don't know how to explain you two today. First off, we have Josephine. Say hello.
Hi.
And then we have Shufei.
Hi, everyone.
Your smiles are extra wide today. Exactly, but it's not because I'm in front of you.
No,
Of course not.
Yeah, you hate me.
No,
I don't.
But ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very special guest on the show. Let's just explain how this happened. Okay, so Josephine sent me a picture. It's like, Jin, if we ever go to the States for work, can we please go and watch this guy perform live because he's great? And I looked at it, I was like, okay, chances are we won't go.
Yeah, exactly. And that was like, I think 2 weeks or 1 week before we found out about.
Yeah. And then Shufei came to me and she's like, oh, you know what? I want to go for this showcase. It's happening in Malaysia. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then my wife comes to me and said that, hey, you know what? We've got Dean Lewis on the show. Ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. How you doing?
Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, it's such an honor to have you here because, you know, your songs are so much of there's so much of emotions behind your song. I was listening to them last night. And I was like, oh man, this reminds me when I was in Australia studying in my university. I was in my dorm room and I was like all alone.
Yes. There's a lot of loneliness in the songs.
Yeah. So welcome to Malaysia.
Thanks. It's great to be here. It's great to be here.
Well, you were mentioning that this is not your first time in Malaysia.
Yeah, like I think it was like 7 years ago in my previous job when I was like I was the guy behind the camera, like with the boom pole.
Mm-hmm.
And I was here for like 3 days doing a shoot, but I don't remember much of anything. I remember we went to some temple and walked up these stairs into like a cave.
Batu Caves.
Batu Caves. And there was
That's
like little monkeys running around.
Yeah.
That is like the prerequisite of Malaysian tourism. Is like anyone who comes here from any other country, they have to go to this place for some reason. And then when you ask everyone, well, where do we go? Let's just bring them to Batu Caves. And then most of the time when you bring your tourists or friends over there from other countries, they're like, oh, wow.
Yeah. There was like a big golden statue or something. Was there on my memory?
So it's I think it's a Hindu temple, and there are a lot of monkeys that roam around.
But they're like aggressive monkeys.
Oh,
Yeah,
they're really weird.
I'm surprised you don't remember anything.
I remember that. I remember going to a beach. I think I've just blocked out my previous life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, when you're doing something like a job that you don't really love. I don't know. My life sort of feels like a blur before I started really doing music properly.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I'm always impressed that people can remember so much about the life before. I feel like I've blocked a lot of it out.
Right. Yeah, I can sort of understand where you're coming from. It's like, you know, when you're trying to get to where you think you're gonna be, and all of a sudden the life takes a turn to another place. You're like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah. And then there's so much of your brain is occupied with like trying to get to the next level or trying to do the next thing that like, I don't look back a lot, but I do with songs, I guess. But with everything else, I'm like, what's next?
Yeah. Have you always been a songwriter since young?
No, I kind of picked it up at like, to be honest, probably like 18 is when I started writing songs properly.
Okay.
And so I kind of started late, but when I released my first song, Waves, it happened very quickly. Like it went crazy in Australia straight away.
Oh my god, that's my first song that I ever listened from you. Yeah,
really?
It was
Waves?
on Riverdale and Suits.
Yeah. Actually, it got so I say it went really big right away, but actually for the first 2 months, it had like 20,000 views on YouTube. Like no one was listening, and then went on Riverdale, and then by the end of the week, it was like 1 million views and stuff. So that kind of kicked it all off.
Wait,
That's how I discovered him.
Isn't Riverdale on Netflix? Oh wait, is it? Riverdale is like
now it is,
on
but
Netflix,
when I watched it wasn't.
Well, I haven't watched Riverdale. Riverdale is like that whole Archie.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's quite a big show in America, I think.
Yeah, it is. It is a
big,
huge show because everyone was talking about it. So, like, how was it like when they came up to you and said, "Hey, I want to use this song," or did they just like use your song without telling you?
No, they tell you they're going to use it, and I'm like, they always ask, like me. I get so many requests now. And I'm always like, yes. I'm like, I'm never going to say no unless it's like, I don't know, like a smoking commercial. I'm like, man, I don't want to. But I'm pretty much like, they asked me, but I didn't really know what scene it was going to be on. Like, we've had a couple of like good ones where it's kind of like a good TV show, but you never know what kind of scene it's going to be. So sometimes it could be like a really weak scene that has no impact, and then it could be like the Riverdale scene was quite impressive because it was like it was like Jughead, the end of a scene. The end. Yeah.
Yeah, I think your songs are very well, for me, is coming from a background of production. It's very cinematic. It's like,
Yeah.
like even watching your music videos, everything is so epic.
Yeah, we try to tell stories and stuff. And I like my first few music videos were like didn't want to be in them as much because I'm not like an attention seeker. Like I don't need to be in front of the camera, and I wanted to tell like a story more so than kind of just be like, here's me playing guitar. But now I'm getting in front of the cameras more.
Oh, you have to.
They're telling me I have to. You gotta show your face, man.
Yeah, that's the only reason why the girls are here today.
yeah,
You
exactly.
don't need to. You know, Sia, she doesn't really appear in her videos.
Oh well, too bad.
Who's that?
Sia, the singer.
Oh, Sia. Yeah,
Sia.
yeah. Totally.
Ah, interesting. Like, okay, so when you write your music, right? Do you write a story in your head? Do you visually write a story in your head when you write music, or you just write a song and after that comes later?
Well, usually I pick up a guitar and I just start playing stuff, and then there'll be, if I'm lucky, one little bit of magic or not, and then I'll start sort of imagining like the scene and start singing it out. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but sometimes the words just fly out, and it's like I don't even know what I'm saying, and then you look back and you go, "Oh, that's really good," or "That's really bad." You know what I mean? So.
Right. Okay, before I hog the entire show, I mean, these two girls are being completely quiet, and I'm going to go back and forth again to them. Yeah.
You should be not so
I
quiet,
said something.
right?
Yeah, I said
no,
something
especially
just now.
Josephine, just like,
I don't know what to like, cause there's no like.
she was like, okay, I don't know what to ask him. I'm afraid if I ask him a question, it'll be a stupid question.
That'd
Okay.
be a great question.
Yeah, this is
Whatever, yeah.
your chance,
No,
Josephine.
I
This is your
don't
chance.
Okay, I just want to share something, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, so when I discovered your song,
I'm kidding.
why you do this to me?
Okay, sorry, go on.
Yeah, so when I
This is just to kind of like loosen the mood a little bit. Okay, cool, go.
so when I discovered your
yeah,
song on
okay, now
Riverdale,
you-
I'm gonna ignore your buzz.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so when I discovered your song on Riverdale,
Yeah.
and then I found out it was you, and then I decided to like find all your other songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know at the time if your album was selling here, but I don't think so.
Probably not. Yeah.
Yeah, so my friend went to Australia and then I asked him to buy your album for me back here. Yeah.
Oh,
I actually got
amazing.
your-
This one, same
yeah,
kind of
this
different.
one.
That's
Yeah, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
When was
Well,
that
thank you.
though?
I bought
Is
it like I think a year or two ago.
Wow.
2 years ago?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
How could you leave
Yeah.
Malaysia out, man?
Dude, I mean, you know what? Well, the thing is, like, I put out Waves and the EP,
Mm-hmm.
and Waves went like 5 times platinum in Australia, but did nothing anywhere else in the world. It was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a song like that since, where it's like only big in one place, and then Be Alright came out and went big everywhere,
Mhm.
like Malaysia, Singapore, Belgium, America, and then all of a sudden the CDs were selling everywhere.
Yeah.
So it was like that song opened the door.
So it was, the thing is, it's funny because like the song has been playing on radio, and
Yeah.
every time the song comes out, I mean, I've heard it, but I just didn't realize who sang it because the
Yeah.
radio DJs did a bad
What?
job in selling
Yeah.
the artists. Hey, I know this. I'm from that background, and wow, I'm like, how has life changed from like, okay, don't go back to the day where you said, okay, you know what, I'm just gonna go into music, and I heard I read somewhere that the way you got signed was your friend actually took
Yeah.
your CD and went to a cruise or something
Yeah.
and
yeah.
gave your demo tape to the manager of Savage Garden.
Yes. So I was like, I'm not one of those people who was always like, I'm the man. Like, I'm awesome.
Mhm.
Like a lot of singer-songwriters or artists, I was like, my voice is okay. My songs are okay. And then I did this one thing. My ex-girlfriend at the time was like, I never showed anyone. She was like, just send it out to like 30 people. And so I Googled like 30 managers. I only did this once. And I sent my demos out and no one got back to me.
Oh,
So I was like, okay, I quit. Like, I'm done. Like,
Wow.
and then my best mate, maybe like 6 months later, was on a boat cruise, and he passed a demo of mine.
Mhm.
I say passed, like a link, but passed the link on to this girl who used to manage Savage Garden,
Right.
and she like called me the next day, and then everything kind of started happening. Then I got like manager, record deal,
Wow.
kind of things started moving quickly. Although it was hard to find a record deal at first. All the labels kind of said no.
Yes.
Initially, they were like, I was playing Be Alright on the piano,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, no. And then a Universal, this guy called Mike Taylor heard the song and was like, oh God, I'm going to sign you right now.
Wow.
So it was actually, it wasn't hard to get a record deal in the sense that some people just try forever and don't get them, but it wasn't easy as well.
Right. Then once you got the record deal and once you were, on television, did the other managers all of a sudden get back and say, "Hey, I remember you"?
Oh yeah. Oh,
did?
Oh, that is very, very true. Like,
Screw them.
yeah. Like, I mean, when I released Waves, I did this with some people called Nick and Ed in England, who these amazing producers that didn't really they're getting a really big name now.
Right.
But back then they sort of had just done a couple of things. They weren't like big name producers or anything. And then I did Waves, and then all these big American producers started calling me.
Wow.
And so I had Be Alright, the demo, and I went to America and recorded Be Alright in this massive studio.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like for like a lot of money. And then the label paid. It's okay. And then and then I got it back and it was terrible. Be Alright just sounded worse than the original one.
Oh.
So I ended up going back to the guys who I worked with. So it was, people do kind of come out of the woodwork and try to kind of jump on board. But I find working with people who you really trust, and people who believe in you, who you can be honest with. Like I could say to them, like, I don't like that, and they can say to me, you can sing better than that. That's terrible, you know. So, and be honest with each other. So yeah.
Right. So okay. So well, at least you got the song out now. It's. I mean, are you happy with it? Is it full creative control on your side, or you know?
Yeah. I mean, I listen to people, but I'm very stubborn, and I'm very like, I know what my sound is, and I know what I like, and I'm a bit like sometimes I can put my stubbornness and personal opinion over the commercial aspects of it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm very like what's the word? Like, I just know who I am, and I say no a lot to people.
So like, okay, what about pressure though? Like, you know, some artists or singers, songwriters and stuff like that, you know, for the pressure of trying to please the mass audience and the labels, knowing that if they would actually agree to what they're saying, they're gonna be like, okay, enjoying major success. Are you gonna ever succumb to that?
Yeah. I hope not. Like, I didn't realize there was pressure until recently.
Right.
Because like I say no a lot, but there definitely is pressure. But the thing is, what excites me is writing big songs.
Right.
Like I want to write big songs. Like if I'm writing a song, and like I can write slow songs that are emotional. I really like those too. But what really excites me is writing like a song like Be Alright or like 7 Minutes or Waves, where it's like big and epic and like that's like my goal, you know. So it kind of fits in with what people want. But I think, you know, I have a really good team, as I said, who have been so supportive. But if you let everyone tell you what you should be, you just sort of become what they think you should be. And then if it doesn't work out, you sort of fail on their terms,
right?
Not your own, which is like my hell. So, I just think that there is that pressure, but I'm kind of in line with their goals because they're my goals as well.
Yep.
But I also have a sense of myself.
Wow. So how long have you been doing this so far?
Yeah. Oh God. Well, I mean, when I got a record deal, which is probably like 4.5 years ago, I was like, I was quite lazy before that. Like procrastinate things in life. So many opportunities that would come my way. And when I got the record deal, I was like, something changed. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to throw this opportunity away. So I'd say for like really professionally, like 4.5 years of, okay, I can maybe do something with this. But I mean, I was writing songs for, you know, maybe a few years before that. Yeah.
If you were to not be a musician now, do you think you would still be in the production?
Doing
industry?
television stuff?
Yeah.
Probably.
Really?
Because because I needed my friends to kind of it's hard to see you, sorry.
It's okay.
I needed my friends to kind of pass my stuff on. So I feel I owe a lot to him because I just didn't think it was that good. Do you know what I mean? And I was one of those people that needed a few people to be like, actually, no, this is good. And not in like a kind of really humble, like shy way, just in like a really normal way of like, I think there's two kinds of people in me, and you meet them, like people who think they're amazing.
Yep.
Like who are like, I'm friggin' awesome, and they usually suck. You know what I mean? Or people who are like, like it's okay, but I need to learn more.
Right.
And like there's that kind of mentality. I was definitely in that, so I'd probably be still doing the sound job.
Oh, okay. Wow, what a humble gentleman.
So I heard
Gentleman.
you're a gamer, right? And you watch a lot of Twitch. Have you ever thought
Love
of
Twitch.
being a streamer or something?
Yeah, I have done a couple of Twitch streams. Like when Waves came out, like I had like 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I was like, I'd like do some like really at my friend's house, like at his house, because he had a good computer, and I play PUBG. You guys like PUBG?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm amazing at PUBG at sucking. So yeah.
Yeah, me too, dude. We were the worst duo ever. And but streaming's great, but it's I'd love to do it, but it's such a commitment.
Yeah,
and it's so intense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Did you have like a really big setup and like the 2 screens and stuff like that. And
Oh
like,
yeah, I have 2 screens.
That's great.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I have to.
Yeah, she's
because you
right.
need one monitor to play and then the other monitor to keep track of the chats.
Okay.
Yeah.
You must be quite popular if you have the chat going and stuff like that. That's awesome.
I'm okay.
Yeah, she's very popular.
That's great.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay.
The only reason why people come on the show to watch this show is because of her.
Yeah.
And Josephine.
Yeah.
I'm just a
rarely
puppet. What am I even doing here? Right? I'm just here to facilitate.
You're a pawn in the game. Pawn in the game.
Yeah, which means sorry, your Royal Highnesses. Do you have any questions for Dean? Because you're obviously very shy. They obviously talk a lot. I have to tell you. If you watch our other shows, they talk a lot. But today they're surprisingly very quiet.
Is this like the team on all the shows? Like you guys do?
We have a few. I mean, obviously today is majority girls. I mean, the other guys want to come on the show, but the girls are like, no, I'm on the show. I'm on the show today. But yeah, we have a few hosts that come on the show on a regular basis. So Shufe, you have asked a few questions. Josephine, do you have any questions you want to ask?
I think just one, like Shufe and I was saying, like Jin was saying that your music, your songs are actually from inspiration from your own relationship.
Yeah.
But Shufe said it's
more on like stories, right, from your friends that you heard.
And I remember I watched, like I can't remember what, but you said that it's from, sometimes it's inspired, like I don't know, you just wrote it in a hotel and the mood was there or something like that.
Yeah. Well, sometimes it's like most of my songs are based on real things that have happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's songs like Be Alright where like that song's about me seeing a message on my ex-girlfriend's phone. Like I was on the laptop and her phone was there and something popped up and I was like, oh God. And then I combined that with like some stories that my friends had told me. Like, which is pretty deep. And then the chorus, when I sing, and my friend said, that was my older brother who said to me, when I saw the message, I went to his house and he was like, give it some time, like put your phone away. We had a drink. So I combined, there's some real stories, but then there's songs like Chemicals. There's a song of mine called Chemicals. It's on there.
I love that song,
Yeah, but that just came down from, I was in a hotel room on a road trip maybe 5 years ago and just playing it and all the words came down and I didn't really know what it meant. Like it was just random like words that tell the story, and that's the most lucky thing as a songwriter when you have those moments, and it's only happened to me 3 times in my life where the song's written itself. Yeah, and it tells a story and it's sort of like not coming from you. That's cool. So it's kind of a combination of different kind of things.
I think the best part is, the lyrics, some people interpret it differently. Yeah. So everyone has like a different, how to say, understanding of a song.
Yeah, like I want to bring back this song.
I know you love her, but it's over, mate.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, put the phone away.
I like the fact that I know you love her, but it's over, mate. And put your phone away, and I'm like, dang, my friend used to tell me that.
Yeah.
I heard that. I was like, oh, okay. I had a friend that told me that when I was in college, going after this girl who didn't like me, or she was leading me on, and I was just sitting there waiting for a phone call or waiting for whatever not, and waiting for a response. And my friends would be like, dude, don't be an idiot. Don't be an idiot. Just put your phone away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it kind of brings me back to when I was studying the things that I went through in the relationship and stuff like that. And the one question is, have you ever gone? I mean, is that song? I mean, you've already mentioned it. I mean, is that song? Have you ever gone through whatever you've written in that song in real life?
Yeah, totally, 100%. That's probably the most real song. But there's a part in it when I sing about the cigarettes on the counter weren't my friends; they were my mates. That was a story that a friend told me. That he found out someone was cheating by different cigarettes, and I always remember that. So some of those things. So it's actually Be Alright, sort of about some girls that I've never met. Some of them, but the main crux of the story is about the thing that happened to me. So yeah, it's a combination.
Wow. So then every time when you sing that song, I mean, it doesn't it remind you? Or?
Yeah, but you know what? Like the relationship was like 6 years ago.
Right.
So it's really funny. When I'm singing, because I recorded it 4 times to get the final version.
Oh, okay.
So when I finally recorded it, which was maybe like a year and a half ago, I was like, I didn't care about that situation. Like, so I was sort of imagining new situations. Or just trying to like picture, like when I'm singing, I'm just like what do they say, like dead puppies, dead, like something really sad. Imagine something really sad and like you can sing it like really emotional. Not that, but you know what I mean. Okay. And so when I'm playing it live, I guess there's definitely brings back an emotion, but it's not the same. It's more exciting because everyone's kind of listening and the phones are up and it's like really cool environment. Yeah.
Right. And how do you feel that when that song was out? I mean, like millions of views, like worldwide. How does it feel that you know that song actually impacted or influenced like millions of people around the world. I'm pretty sure you know your inbox is blowing up, your DMs is blowing up. It's like, oh my god, this song speaks to me. Not only that song, but all the songs that you write. You know, did you feel that, like, you know, haha, I am powerful?
Yeah. No, look, it's amazing. Like, to be honest, when I write songs, it's kind of a little bit selfish. Like, I'm doing it for myself, and I'm like, I want it to be really good. I'm not sort of going, I want to change the world to help everyone. Like, I just kind of go, what's good for me, and does it sound good, and what's real, and then the side benefit is when I've released songs, I get so many messages from people saying that it's helped them feel not alone, or like whatever, which is really cool. But it's never the reason I do it. Like, because I feel like if I was doing it to try to help people, it'll just come across a bit weird. And I always think like I'm not someone that can help anyone. Like, that's how I think. I'm like, man, I need help, man. you know, it doesn't, kind of joking, but like, yeah, like, so I kind of do it for myself. But it's great that people can relate and makes them feel not alone, which is great.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that, because like when we first started what we were doing, like I started this whole YouTube channel making videos, and the only person that thought these videos were funny was me.
Yeah.
You know, and then you go to a friend and say, hey, do you think this is funny? And it's like, oh yeah, it's funny. And you'd be like, really?
Yeah. You never know. You never know.
And then they share it with another person. You kind of cringe a bit because you think that your humor is not up to their level. Yeah. And before you know it, when it's being shared to like a lot of people and 100,000 people, I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm funny. And then you know, when you start making new stuff and you realize that whatever you make to please yourself, it pleases others out there. Totally. So where I'm going with this is, you know, whatever you do, there is, as long as you please that. I mean, for me, my thinking is there is one other person out there that would probably think along the lines like you. Yeah. And if you're able to reach out to that one person, you've made it. Totally. Yeah, that's how that's what I think.
I really like that thing, and it's like taste. I look at things like taste, and you sort of start to trust your instincts. Like when you started doing this, and it starts to work, and it starts to connect. You start going, oh, okay, my gut instinct is on the right track, and you start to trust yourself more and more and stuff like that, which is really cool. Because at the start, you probably worry, like, I don't know, you worry, my joke's funny. I'm worrying, is my voice good? Exactly. Like, I don't even know if I can sing well, you know? So, and then you get more confident with it. So
yeah, it goes the same to, I think like everyone has gone through the same thing. Even Josephine, when she first started this whole industry, she was
forced by Jin.
No, I didn't. Yeah, I mean, like we brought it in and said, hey, maybe you can try this and stuff like that. I think she had she made a video about it actually called she was having social anxiety. Yeah, tell us about it, Joseph. Don't be shy. She's still shy. She's still trying to get over it. But yeah, she was never. I can tell you about Josephine. She was never the type that would go in front of a camera, to host a show or to act. Yeah. But I think
even simply being here today.
I think, but social media, or I mean, the entertainment industry has given her sort of like an outlet to kind of like express and help people, because she's very big on pets and animals, and also on mental health issues, and on everyone going through, like, you know, social anxiety issues. She kind of feels like she can use this platform to kind of help people.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
But at the same time, I do feel like it's quite a sensitive topic to talk about, and sometimes I don't know, I just don't really talk about it. I don't know, I don't want it, like, I think like where you said you used to do production stuff, and then now you're in front of the camera. Yeah. So when you do share your personal story, don't you ever feel like I don't know, like
you're gonna get judged, like, you know, so what she's trying is probably correct me. Oh, okay.
I think what Josephine means is like you're afraid to talk about mental health and stuff, is it?
No, like
no, personal stuff.
Too personal, and then like someone would actually, I don't know, like, there's always gonna be people that misunderstand what you're trying to say, but then how do you, like, I don't know, especially like his one is about relationship. Yeah. So like, how, won't you ever get worried like your exes might feel like
oh, like you wrote about me.
Yeah. Like grudges and stuff like that.
I guess so, but it's kind of like I'm a songwriter. I've got to write about my life. Yeah. But like a song like Be Right, it's a weird one, because that's one that's like really connected. It's kind of about so many girls, because like, you know, the stories that I've combined. Yeah. Like, and ones that I've never met. So I don't feel that bad. Do you know what I mean? But
but imagine they listen to the song.
One song that you actually wrote about
just one person.
Yeah.
There's been a few. There's a song called 7 Minutes that I wrote about this one girl. But I don't know. I think my music is never like it's never like I'm a victim and how dare you. Yeah. It's kind of just like, you know, like Be Alright. There's like, it's sad, but there's also hope. Do you know what I mean? It's got like a hopeful message to it. Yeah. Which is really cool. And but I know what you're saying. Like, I get a lot of anxiety too. Like I'm like a very anxious person because when you're out there in front of the world, it's like, oh man,
You have 2,000 people and you have 2,000 different unique minds thinking about you and
100%,
judging you. Yeah,
100%.
exactly.
Yeah,
You feel
and
that.
100%.
I feel like you have the pressure because, like, let's say you have this, maybe this song or this video that went viral, and you're doing so well. It makes you feel really pressured to come out with something new that can be compared to.
Yeah,
the
you
first one
gotta
that you
top
did.
your
Yeah.
biggest one. So
Yeah, there is that pressure. Like, I mean, I've been lucky with that stuff because, like, when I put Waves out, I had Be Alright. Like, I hadn't recorded it, but I had the song.
right.
And I've had this thing where when I put Waves out, we had like a year and a half went by of like, because I was playing the song around the world kind of thing. And then when Be Alright came out, we were going to put the album out like 3 months after it. And then the song got so big, we had to push everything back. So in the meantime, I've been compiling songs. So I don't have the pressure as much because even for the next album, I've probably got there's probably like 12 songs ready to choose from, but there's like 3 that I'm like, these are like the singles. I just need one more single. But now, and when I have those, I feel no pressure because I've got them. So I've been lucky. I think if I was one of those artists who like, you put one song out, your first song and it blows up and you're 18 and you're like, oh God, like, and the label's like, you have to have your next song by November.
Oh.
I'd be like, oh God, you know what I mean? Like,
like there's a deadline for your creativity.
Totally.
Yeah.
And I would not do well with that. But because I've been so far ahead, I feel like I'm very lucky to be, so far ahead.
Okay. Now, when you basically have millions and millions of people listening to your music, thousands of people watching you on live shows and stuff like that, and you mentioned earlier on that you have a bit of social anxiety.
Yeah.
Like when you get messages, whether it's on YouTube, when you read the comments, or you get DMs coming into your Instagram and stuff like that. Oh, great song, and you have one idiot that basically comes out. You know what? You don't have your own style. You're copying so and so.
Yeah.
In other words, what I'm trying to say is, you have like a stream of great supportive comments, and you had that one comment that's a hater. Does it affect you? When you first started, did it affect you?
It still sucks. Like, I try not to read the comments, but every now and then you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes I read a review of my album and they're always weird and so I try not to do it, but it's the truth. Everyone talks about this, but it's so true that you get 100, 1,000 comments. I don't get a lot of hate because my music's like, I'm not trying to be anything else.
Yeah.
But I do get hate. Everyone does. And whenever you see that one comment of this song is garbage, I hate the production. You go, oh, I feel terrible. And you sort of need to watch a dog, cute dog videos to cleanse your mind. You know what I mean?
that's what I do.
Yeah.
Cute dog videos.
Yeah. And but it sucks, man. But
Okay.
I learned, I was saying before, so many opportunities in my life, not doing things that I should have been doing, opportunities and stuff. But I think, I got to the point now where when I got my record deal, I had this thing, I don't know if it just popped into my head that I learned that I'm never going to be ready for what I'm doing.
Oh.
So I'm never ready. So, I got the call to come and play in front of Fly to America to showcase for some island records in America.
Wow.
In front of this guy called David Massey, who's he signed Oasis in America. He's signed Shawn Mendes and go to his office with his team and play on a little keyboard and I'm not ready for that, man. I don't know. I taught myself keys. I don't, and then going on Ellen,
Yeah.
I'm not ready for that. But
Wow.
it's just continually doing things and knowing that you're not going to be ready and knowing that nervous feeling, that's what you have to walk towards. And when you do it, you go up in life. That's what I felt. I literally feel when I do something that I'm not ready for, I go up a little bit.
Right.
So I'm always anxious. I'm always nervous, but I still do the thing. I think that's what I tell some of my fans, make sure you do the thing that makes you nervous. Because if you don't, you just stale.
It just means that you don't love it. I mean, if you're ready for everything, you'd be like, oh, I have no expectations.
Totally. Yeah.
You have nothing to compare yourself to. You're not gonna put whole effort. You're not gonna put your whole effort into it because you're gonna be like, yeah, I can do this. It's okay. Well, versus oh no, can I do this? Can I do this? Okay.
Totally.
When you have that fear, you'll be like, okay, I'm gonna go through every aspect to make sure that this will go well.
100%.
And you know what? I mean, to everybody listening right now, I mean, what we're trying to say is it is okay to sometimes fail because for me, my motto in life is I'm constantly failing every day.
Yeah, I like
You
that.
know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
You're constantly failing every day. You're learning new things every day. Because if you're basically gonna be the guy who goes out there and say that, you know, I'm the shit, you know, and I don't fail.
Yeah.
No one's gonna. You're
You're gonna be the luckiest dude in the world, like the luckiest guy. Like it's gonna
Yeah.
happen. It's gonna happen though.
Yeah, I'm like, for me, it's like a lot of people always are afraid to fail. Like Asian mentality, because parents be like, oh no, you fail in school, you're a dishonor to the family, you know, and stuff like that. But for me, it was a little bit different. My mom brought me up a little bit different. She said that, you know, if I failed in school, it's like, okay, you try again next time.
That's great.
And then I failed again. You know, but like the thing is, like whatever I'm doing now, it's not what every Asian parent would approve of. We're in the entertainment industry. I'm not sure whether your parents were the same. Like, you sure you want to do music? You know, did they have that kind of they had that, right? So I mean, I guess all parents generally are the same.
Yeah. My parents were actually like, my dad and mom, they're very supportive, and like my mom's like loves my music and biggest fan. But my dad and mom are always like that idea of, don't like put yourself out there because you could fail. You should get a job and like so for me it was like, and they just like they cared about me and they were doing it because they cared. But I think you have to at a point not listen to your. I know you seem to have good parents, but I like to. It's like you have to just follow your own instincts and do it because you are going to fail. Like I remember that the songs that I remember like my first open mic night that I did. Like my hands were shaking on the. You're playing in a bar.
Mm-hmm. Is that your
like,
first performance?
My first performance.
Oh,
it's like they're called. I don't know if you do them here, open mic nights.
Yeah, we do have it.
You do them, yeah, and it's like. No one's listening. Do you know what I mean? And every song I was playing sucked. You know what I mean? But you get through that, and and it's like the next thing.
Yeah, and parents always sometimes my mom would be like, oh no, actually my mom was supportive when she realized what I was doing, because like I remember almost 5 years into this whole entire YouTube thing, she was still waking me up early in the morning. It's like, you sure you're gonna do what you're doing? I didn't send you to Australia. Parents over here, when they send you overseas to study and you graduate, I didn't send you overseas to study to come back and be an entertainer. What the heck? Yeah, so
subscribers. What are these subscribers, man?
Exactly, and
the money.
And it's funny because like as the years go on, she became supportive, and she became the mom in front of the camera. The kids look up to, and she realizes, I kind of understand now why you like doing this and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
That's awesome.
Shufa, you got a question before?
Yeah. Speaking of Australia, have you ever busked?
No, Australia? I didn't do any busking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I just did open mic nights. That was my first sort of thing, and I didn't want to do them. I was like really nervous to do it. But no, I didn't do any busking. I've never done it before.
Yeah, because when I went to Australia, there were a lot of people busking.
Yeah, it's
on
sort of like the
streets.
culture.
Yeah.
I won't
A lot of
say
buskers.
it's a culture, but a lot of people.
A lot of buskers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good way to start. Like I think Ed Sheeran started from busking or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why I was
Justin
wondering.
Bieber started from busking as well.
Did he?
Yeah, he did. He
That's
was a really small kid busking with the side, and all of a sudden somebody filmed him, and then he's
Really? I thought that was like a stage or something.
it was a stage.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. There was actually a video of him busking as a kid before he even uploaded a video of him singing something, a cover of Usher or something. Before that, it was a video. So
Right.
yeah, I know everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
and and it depends whether they want to put the whole entire effort. Like you were mentioning, you didn't put. I mean, you did put effort, but you really got serious into it.
Yeah.
Like only recently, and then it's all about whether you want to or not. At the end of the day, it's an individual decision. You want to do it or you don't want to do it. If you want to do it, are you gonna basically be prepared to fail? Be prepared to put your whole heart into it before go in front of thousands of people, make a million girls cry because of your music?
No, but it is. It's like, and it is like one thing that I didn't realize was like the amount of challenges. Like I know how lucky I am to be doing this, and so many musicians would kill to be in a position like this where people ask you about music.
Yeah.
But it's like every day, it's like you've got to prove yourself again and again and again and again. And there are so many different doors you've got to go through and prove. It's like never ending. And I'm one of those people that I'm not like a great appreciator of what's happening in my life. Like in the sense of I'm always like, all right, this is cool, but how do I get there? Or what's next? Or I need to write this next song.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, for someone with my mindset, it's like a lot of anxiety and a lot of pressure, but I wouldn't want to do it any other way. You know what I mean?
Right. So you've met a lot of stars, I'm sure. I mean, you just mentioned Ellen.
Yeah, well, I mean, I met Ellen on camera. Like she gave me a hug on camera. That's all.
Wow.
But she's great. She's great. I met Jimmy. We did Jimmy Kimmel as well.
Mm-hmm.
It was cool. And but I thought that when you get a record deal, that you get like to go to all these cool parties.
Yep.
I don't know anyone cool. and no one invites me to any parties. I literally, this is it for me.
Hey, you're invited to our party.
That's cool. Where is it?
Anytime. Yeah.
Is this the party?
Well, I mean, it's better than this. Yeah, Malaysia is all about food and stuff like that. But when you meet all these big stars, right? I mean, like, do you like? Oh my god, how am I gonna present myself in front of them? And do I like hey, or do I like, be myself and stuff like that? So who's like out of all the people you've met, who's that one person you were really really nervous to meet? Like
the one person that kind of blew my mind was like, you guys know James Bay?
Yeah.
So I was in Los Angeles, and my record, the head of my record label was like, before a show of mine, they were like, we're having a dinner, and do you want to come meet James Bay? So it was me, James Bay, his manager, my manager, and the record label people. And I just met him and had like a quick conversation because I was only there for half an hour, and I asked him for some advice, and then went and did my show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nice guy.
Did you ever take any of his advice, or were you just too starstruck? Be like, oh.
No, he was cool. He said, I said, how do you deal with this? Is I caught it sort of it. How do you deal with like all the schedule and the insanity of it all?
Yeah.
And he goes, I said, you'll do what you need to do to get to where you want to be, or something like that.
Yeah.
Like in a way. And I was like, oh, that's really cool, because it's true. Like, I don't have to do thing. I could be like, I'm going to sit in my room all day and then just play my, and then my songs would go nowhere. Like, you know what I mean? You have to do this, and I want to do this. Do you know what I mean? I actually also like some artists don't like doing promo, and it can be overwhelming sometimes. But I actually also love to like talk. Yeah. Like, so I'm like, and sometimes, and like talking, everyone loves to talk about themselves. So it's kind of cool to come on here and talk about yourself. So I don't mind it.
Yeah, dude, I love you on the show. I'm listening. I'm learning more and more about you. And most of the time, unlike these girls over here, are so quiet.
So quiet.
Yeah, exactly. Do you have any more questions before we wrap things up?
I think I have one. Like, I've heard from Michelle, Jin's wife, that you'll be playing only 5 songs tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what
I
are
know.
the 5 songs?
We'll probably
So
do.
sad,
We'll do.
though.
I think we'll do a couple more.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, here's the strategy, okay? We play 5 now, and we tease
ask
the
for
fans a
encore.
little.
Tease the fans.
You tease the fans so that it's like, you have to come back again, and he'll come back. You play 15.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 15. I'll take 15.
We'll do a few more. Like, we definitely play a few more songs. Just because like I'm never here, and also I was blown away because it's like a small showcase.
Yeah.
And there's 250 tickets, and apparently they went very quickly.
They went really quickly.
Because I was excited, man. Like, you never know. Like we in England and Australia and America and Europe, we're playing bigger shows because like we've been going back and forth.
Right.
But when you come to like Malaysia or Singapore and like Hong Kong, we're like, does anyone know who I am? And it's so cool that people do. It's really cool. Still blows my mind because
I
I'm
think
so.
Be Alright was played like on radio.
Radio,
Yeah, it was played on radio, on rotation,
Yeah.
high rotation.
Yeah.
Do you have any expectations when you like do shows like in different countries? You'd be like, like for some people, be like, all right, we're gonna play here tonight. Okay, I'm expecting 2,000 people to show up.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I mean, in Australia, the next tour we're doing is like arenas, like 7,500, not like the gigantic ones, but like that'll be the first kind of like 5,000 to 7,500. We're doing that like early next year, and then but in America we're doing like 2,500 capacity. Like, but some shows are only like 1,500. So it's kind of like everything's growing, which is really weird for an Australian artist because most Australian artists just do stuff in Australia. Do you know what I mean?
No, I mean,
there's
okay,
like Sia and Five Sauce. That's it. You know what I mean? Like. I mean, a few, but
Savage Garden. I grew up with Savage Garden.
Savage Garden, dude.
Kind of gives you an idea how old I am. But
Sorry, I don't know.
yeah, well, you kids know nothing.
I only know 21 Savage.
Do you guys know Savage Garden songs?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Yeah,
still on
when
radio.
it's so funny when you just mentioned Chicka Cherry Cola. I'm like,
Chicka
oh my god, yes, that line. It used to be the line. Okay,
It was a magic line.
We're still young. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah. Now,
That's the line?
no.
What's the line?
Chicka Cherry Cola. Actually,
Chicka
never
Cherry
mind. It's
Cola.
okay. You know what? I'll send the song to you, and you be the judge. Okay. Now, you've been doing this for close to how many years now?
Oh, well, I mean, I'd say professionally 4.5, but I started writing songs. I've been probably writing songs for like 8 years. Do you know what I mean? Like, properly.
So rewind 8 years ago. What
Yeah.
would the current you tell yourself 8 years ago?
Oh, man. You know what I'd say? I'd be like, don't worry about like, okay, so you know when you turn 18 and you go out to like clubs and like, I remember me and my like 6 guy friends, we'd go out to bars and like, we'd go to this bar where like there were like no good looking guys. So we were the best looking guys there. And we'd walk in and we'd go on the dance floor and we'd like all get drunk and we'd just like dance and be like, yeah, this is sick, man. And then we'd all leave together and be like, this is so sad. I'd be like, just, you know what? Like, stop doing everything silly. Don't go drinking. Like, I don't have a problem, but like, just go focus in on something and get really good at something. Just
Right.
like find your obsession and find meaning, and that's where everything will happen. And yeah, just get really good at something.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's very nice. Very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Very inspirational. Thank you very much. Yeah, we have a crowd of people over here, watching the show on the sidelines over here. Thank you very much. We paid them to be here, by the way. Yes. So before we go, do we have any other questions? One more round of questions. Shufe, do you have anything to ask or anything to say, actually?
Okay, I don't know about Universal, but like I know some artists, they only they only release their songs digitally now.
Oh.
Like, will you continue to
Oh yeah,
like release physical albums? Because I like to collect them.
100%.
So yeah, I don't know. What do you think about?
Yeah, I will 100% do albums. Like I want to. I want to be an album artist. You know what I mean? That is like I have a couple of singles, but the you want to buy the whole album and do the vinyl thing. And
Yeah.
don't worry, I'm 100% going to keep doing
Okay,
it. Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, Josephine, do you have anything to say? No? You're shy? Josephine's going to be bringing you for lunch today. Have you eaten anything Malaysian so far?
We had some food last night. I think there was like lamb chops.
Oh, lamb chops?
They were made in Malaysia.
No, there's not. That doesn't count.
It's okay.
You know, every time you come to Malaysia, right, it's like everybody be like, oh, let me take you Malaysian food. And you're
Yeah.
going to stuff so much Malaysian food down your throat. And you'll be like, oh, that's enough, man. That's enough.
Okay, we'll get him authentic.
Actually, one of
can't
my
wait.
Instagram followers asked to let him try durian.
No, wait.
Have you tried
Dude, yeah,
durian?
everyone said, is that
Have you
Malaysian?
tried durian?
No, but it smells and tastes so good.
So
Everyone
like my okay,
I
so
don't
I have
really-
cousins in Australia as well. It was like, oh, it tastes like heaven, smells like hell. So
says- right, but do you
Yeah.
have to block your nose when you eat it?
yeah, because it
That's
has
so
that.
weird.
Okay,
Well, not for me. I
smells
like the
like
smell.
okay, for us we love the smell, but it smells
Oh.
like okay, it doesn't smell like crap, but it
Smells
smells
like fart.
No, the fresh,
Really?
the fresh smells good. But you know when let's say you enter a lift or something and then you walk out and then the smell lingers,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
smell
yeah.
is bad.
Okay, let me explain. Let me explain
Yeah.
how durian smells. Okay, and then
Okay.
you can decide whether you want to try it or not. If anybody were to bring durian to you,
Yeah.
okay, imagine petrol, all
Yeah.
right, gas
Petrol, yeah, okay.
with fart.
I would have never.
That's terrible.
No,
Yeah.
I would have never described durian.
No, it
smell.
is. It has that
Petrol.
kind of like thing that goes up to your nose and
really.
I don't think you can ever perfectly describe the smell of durian.
yeah, I guess it's like every freaking durian is different.
I'll
and
try. I'll try. I mean, everyone talks about it. And is it a Malaysian food?
It is a Malaysian fruit. We would like to claim it is. Actually, yeah, it is the king of fruits, and it's very popular here in Malaysia. And is it durian season? Is it durian season now?
I don't
No, it's not.
think
Yeah,
so.
everybody is like looking at me
Some
like.
frozen. You get some frozen
Nah,
durian.
it's not. Durians are banned in hotels. Durians are banned in a lot of places and stuff like that. So yeah.
Oh, because the smell.
Yeah.
Because
That's crazy.
it basically stays and that's it. And if you want to get rid of the smell, you have to get like charcoal and then put it in your area or whatever, not to exalt
Well,
the
I
smell.
could imagine with the heat. That it's so hot in Malaysia that
Yep.
with the smell and the heat, it might be a bit intense.
Imagine.
Yeah. Is it
always this
Imagine
hot?
that. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is summer 365 days a year.
How do you deal with that? You got the long sleeve shirt on.
To this is to basically cover my insecurities because
Oh.
I knew that a handsome man with long hair with golden locks is coming on the show. So
No.
be like,
I got this shirt yesterday. And I feel like it's too tight. Like I feel like
What?
you know what I mean. I gotta like you know what I mean. When you get a shirt that's too tight. It's
no,
like the worst
I feel you go out to buy tight shirts just to
thing.
show off your
dude,
physique.
No. Trust me. Hey, under this, it's not impressive.
Oh, really?
It's not impressive.
Would
just,
you rather be in a cold country?
Yeah, I love being in. I don't feel as. I like being in like Los Angeles in the winter because it's like not really
Oh,
winter.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
LA is not that cold when it's in the winter. And Australia is different. Like Melbourne is horrible during the
Melbourne,
winter.
the wind
Melbourne
is
is-
so
the wind's insane.
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
It's winter. It's kind of going into winter now in Australia.
Yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. Is it? Oh. I forget. I feel like I don't even know because I don't live anywhere right now. So I feel like I don't
okay.
even know where anything is at any time. I'm like so confused all the time.
Wait. So you said you don't live anywhere. So how often do you travel? Like how often do you stay put in one place before you move to another?
Well, like, okay, for instance, we came back from, I think it was Europe, and I was in Australia for 4 days, and then we came here, and then I go back for 10 days, and then we go to Europe and America for months. So we're basically going till March next year, and I got
Oh.
rid of my place. So I literally, we just get Airbnbs when I go back to Sydney.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so
Wow, that's
crazy.
That's an awesome.
It's a weird life,
it's
man.
weird lifestyle, but it's like for me, it's like
Depends.
it's kind of awesome because
It's
you're
kinda cool.
traveling every 10 days and stuff.
But the goal is to get back and just to get a house somewhere. So it's like mine, and like I can, wherever I go, I can just come back and just live there. So I'm going
Right.
to do that at some point, just so I have a sense of home, knowing it's there, and not even if I'm not there, I can just come back and all my stuff's there. It'd be cool.
And I believe that's gonna happen. You know what,
Yeah.
Dean? It's been an awesome. It's been awesome having you on the
Thank
show.
you
Now,
so
before
much.
we go, do you have anything to say to anyone listening, your fans,
Yeah.
anyone listening? What do you want to say?
I love my Malaysian fans.
Yeah.
And, you're the best. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and Shufa, you want to say anything?
Yeah, can you sign my album?
Of course, yeah, no worries.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I don't want your autograph. Sorry.
Joseph, do you have anything to say, or are you still too shy?
No.
She's really shy. Usually she'll be arguing with me on the show. It's like, no, this is what I think. This is what I think. And today,
I did one show with you.
yeah. But Dean, thank you so much. I think
Thank you.
listening to your story today, it's really, really inspirational. I mean, like knowing that you were doing something before and now you're doing something you love, it's life changing. I mean, okay, would you? Currently, any regrets?
Mate, loving it. Just
Loving
loving it. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Loving the
hope-
pressure. Loving the pressure.
Loving the pressure and taking life as it comes. Anybody listening right now, you probably could learn a thing or two from today's show. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, if you want to get in touch, you can follow us on Instagram. Yo, Dean, what's your Instagram, man?
It's just Dean Lewis Music.
Yes,
One
for
word.
us, it is at Mamak Sessions. Thank you so much, guys. We'll talk to you next time.
Cheers.